You're listening to the We Are Libertarians podcast network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com.
Warning, this show is for adults, produced by semi-adults. So the language is sometimes strong and offensive.
I don't know what I said.
Welcome to We Are Libertarians, where our goal is to help you sound smarter while talking to your friends. We examine current events from a libertarian perspective while treating modern politics with all of the irreverence it deserves.
There has been lie after lie.
We toss out the screaming heads, put people before political parties, and give context to the news to make you think. Now, here's our host, a 15-year veteran of politics and media, Chris Spangle.
I feel like we're hosting a benefit.
Welcome to We Are Libertarians. We have not said that in a very long time. This is also the Chris Spangle Show, so you may be confused about what we're doing. We are here at the new Walt Jason Dolittle Studios, officially titled the Dolittle Studios because we will do very little here.
It appears you're doing next to nothing now, but your staff is busy taping it up and getting ready.
Your lovely wife has done the most work of anyone. Kristi Avery has done the most work of anyone. Brian Nichols is here. He's done nothing.
I am fascinated by this light that Harry has here because I need this at my studio.
This is professional light equipment.
So at my studio, I have, Jeremiah, like 7 just like rigged lights around my desk just to give the impression that I know what I'm doing with lighting.
You're a teen model with ring lights is what you are, Brian.
More or less, yeah.
All right, so let me introduce what we're doing and who these people are. We are at the new Wall Studios. Kristi, don't worry about that one yet. Just, you can hang out. If you want to, I don't know, we'll start painting after we do this little episode. But here's what We Are Libertarians is. So in 2012, Chris Galt, Creighton Harrington, and I started a podcast. And it was 3 bros hanging around in a studio at the Rupert for Governor headquarters. Rupert from Survivor ran for governor and had a podcast studio. And so we started a podcast for college libertarians. And then it evolved into something that it was a little bit different. And then along came several different co-hosts. It really went through many years, Jeremiah. You're one of the last original co-hosts here. When did you come along? You were kind of original.
I was in the...
we met in 2010 in the LP.
I was in the orbit when We Are Libertarians belonged to the Libertarian Party of Indiana.
That's right. I stole it when I left.
I believe as one of the board members with Chairman Sam Goldstein, we're probably still mad at you for stealing the proprietary property.
You can suck my fucking dick. You weren't going to do anything with it. Like the LPIN podcast that I produced, the feed is dead. It's not active.
So yeah, I think that's how far back I go, is that when Spangle was underpaid with the LPIN and could barely afford shampoo.
I literally made, I think James Neese calculated it up once. I made like $6.10 an hour. In 2008 to 12.
It's all the
Brian,
party could afford back in the day.
So it was a lot of us hanging out, having fun, and then around 2017, we started to get more serious with it. Harry Price, I think you've been on more episodes than Greg Lenz at this point. Someone hand Harry a microphone.
Yeah, I think I probably beat him last year at this
point.
It
has to be.
I beat him last year because I actually think I did more episodes than you did last year.
Because Greg hasn't... that is true. In 2021, I didn't do many episodes because I was very sick, and I was also getting married.
I did more episodes than you this past week.
You've done more, yeah. Well, that's part of what we're doing here. Is we transitioned the name a few years ago to the Chris Spangle Show, and I did that for a couple reasons. First, I could see the Libertarian Party and the Libertarian movement kind of getting a little bit nuttier, and I wasn't as into, and I'm not as into politics as I used to.
It was the year Spangle became self-aware
of how. Yes, I produce this podcast called Leaders and Legends, and I go around and talk to every effective leader in Indianapolis who is a Republican, Democrat, non-political, head of nonprofit, sports icons. Right? Literally, none of them knows what's going on. Like the LP Twitter just got hacked. And literally nobody's reporting
the
on
who? The libertarian what?
Right.
What's a libertarian?
Exactly. It's better than it used to be, but the reality is as I've gotten older and I've gotten a family and I've gotten a life and income and everything, I wanted to do more variety, and I've continued to do more variety on the Chris Spangle Show, but we don't have as much fun. And I want to just say to you, listener, if you're still around,
thank you.
Crickets.
I started I started doing more interviews this year because it kind of fit with my schedule, and I've talked about this in previous Chris Spangle Show. Harry has a 4-year-old. I have a 3-year-old, about to be 4. Our life is very difficult.
Gunther's 5. She's in kindergarten now. She also
Harry
gets
is fidgeting with the
next
juicer
2
right now.
weeks off. Yeah,
That's legit.
Yes, orange juice.
I like that.
Yeah, so yeah,
Very domestic.
She actually gets the next 2 weeks off at home with me. It's going to be great.
And so every single Saturday when we used to do the show, we do it on Zoom since 2019, and it's not as much fun. And I admit that the Chris Spangle Show is not as much fun. I'm aware of that. And it isn't as much fun for us, and it's not as much fun for the listener. It's a little bit more of here's the choices that I made. I wanted to expand the kind of content that I was doing, and I wanted to make it shorter, and I wanted to make it more relevant because I listened to a lot of our patrons who wanted 20-minute episodes as opposed to 2-hour episodes.
That's what I do.
And
Hey.
we haven't lost that many listeners, but the heat has gone out. And so what we're going to bring back is at least once a month, we're going to get together here in person and do We Are Libertarians.
We've been beating the fun drum over on Boss Hog at the East Post Outpost Wall. And
Yes.
Brian moved in over there, and we've done
I
some.
live here now, so that makes it easier.
We've done some fun episodes amongst ourselves, and Spangle had so much. He's literally he walked away.
Yeah,
and
and,
walked away to take a phone call. Harry, how does it feel?
It feels great. We've also been doing fun episodes. So in the basement of the Wall Studios, the low-key crew. So I grabbed, our James May Reinhold, and we started having fun episodes on Monday nights. We do it live. You can see us on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. We do a nice hour, nice compact hour fun show. Right now we're going through the whole schedule of media that's changed us. So myself and Vincent brings out a lot of anime, but Reinhold's been bringing nice music for you Gen Xers.
All right, so I don't know if Spangle actually did an introduction or not. You got Jeremiah Morrell here, Boss Hog of Liberty.
Who are we?
Brian Nichols of the Brian Nichols Show. Harry Price of everything that actually works at Wall.
Yeah. I do I'm in control of the R&D stuff in the background.
You're now responsible for facilities and management.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
And IT.
And IT.
Let's talk about the arrangement you have made with Dear Leader, because you provided him a studio space.
Yep. Got him a studio space.
And I assume that's going to come with running water, heat, air conditioning. What else is in his rider? Does he want trash services?
Yeah, he's got trash and recycling.
My God.
Yep.
This is nice. And there's going to be what kind of furniture? Is there going to be a pleather couch, a leather couch? What kind of facilities does he require from you?
He's going to get a leather couch, So we're getting
white walls and a leather.
I
one
found a
single
nice
leather couch.
used leather couch on Craigslist, but he didn't like that. He didn't like that couch, so we were getting a different couch.
Welcome back, Christopher. We're talking about the arrangements that you and Harry have for this facility, and what you required. And he said basically a white wall and a leather couch and a camera and a light.
Not much.
More or less Harvey Weinstein said.
Not much. Well, not Harvey Weinstein. All those girls on the casting couch are there voluntarily.
Oh, no, the door locks by pushing this button. So you just push this button, that door just locks.
So it's like Harvey Weinstein and Matt Lauer here.
After that extra feature there.
How many cameras are hidden in this room that we don't know about?
Are we
Harry?
on camera right now?
I feel like we're broadcasting without high definition TV, but I know Harry's just going to come back, and he's got somewhere in the basement. There's a server room that's just recording everything we do in every corner.
That's the former server room. I moved the server room to the other house, but eventually I will bring the Blade servers and everything else back here, because AT&T Fiber just gives me I now can get multiple gig here now with my fiber connection.
Isn't that the dream?
Because all those years ago when we first bought this house, I paid money to because AT&T allowed me to get a business connection to this house, and it had a 25 parity at that time.
No shit.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear in the show? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do here
the
on
rules.
We Are Libertarians. So you may be catching this for the first time. There is on the Chris Spangle Show 800 episodes. If you're a patron, there's 2,000 episodes going back over a decade of libertarian talk and hanging out and all goofing around, and a mix of policy and a mix of fun. And We Are Libertarians is going to be us just fucking around here at the studio talking.
So I guess we can't swear.
Talking about issues, talking about, what did Putin do, but in more of a casual style than some of the interviews. The interviews and everything are still going to continue on the Chris Spangle Show. I'm still going to keep doing what I've been doing there. We'll still keep doing the research shows.
You're going to embrace the fun we had in 2015 and 2016, not 2017.
Not the 2017 fun. We're not embracing that. So, especially up until November when it got real dark. And then...
and you know what's funny? I was actually thinking about that the other day, and I think back to the original post you did in the group when you were saying that the split was happening.
Yeah.
And I did, that was when Facebook had first introduced the laugh reacts and stuff. And I was like, and everybody did. And then you're like, no. This is real.
Because we would do things like turn each other into the TSA and...
Kristi is laughing on the floor.
Kristi Avery, one of our greatest contributors, along with Jason Dolittle and Craig DaCosta, super generous. She is here helping. We did a lot of really bad stuff. Those pool parties are...
They're memories now.
They are, and they're not good ones, some of them. But so we're all family men now, and we've grown up, but we're still going to continue to have fun. So We Are Libertarians is going to have its own feed, and it's just going to be the fooling around. And if you want to just hear the fun episodes, you can go subscribe to that. You can go subscribe to Low Key Wall if you want to hear Harry's nerd talk.
Listen, if you want more fun, check out the Boss Hog feed.
You can listen to the Brian Nichols show. You can listen to the Chris Spangle show, which has several different formats in it, right? So, but We Are Libertarians.
That's daily again, isn't it?
No, I just don't have that much time. I just don't.
It's only me.
Brian is the only one crazy enough to have 4, 5, 6 episodes a week.
Episode 600 is coming up this week. I'm just exhausted.
This particular month, for me to get an episode out a week has been... I'm lucky I had some backed up. You're right. So yeah, the We Are Libertarians podcast is basically just a bunch of friends hanging out talking about politics, and you're welcome to join us. It is not like other libertarian podcasts. Some of those are very serious and intense and angry. None of us are really angry. We all have really good lives. Really nice
I'm
lives.
told I'm very happy. Take it horizontally, Kristi. My God, we're not animals.
Chris, it's smack your phone first. She has the worst phone. No, Jeremiah's phone. Okay, all right.
That is a pixel that I got from Chris Galt when he was very friendly to me.
But you'll get to know us a little bit more if you are new to this feed. If you just search Libertarian and you found this feed and you joined us, make sure you go check out the We Are Libertarians podcast network and all our shows. This is just a very specific type of show. So, all right, well, we're going to get started painting on creating this. If you want to see the making of the podcast studio, then go to the We Are Libertarians podcast network Facebook group, and you can see the video of Harry giving us a tour of his house and the before and after pictures of the Dolittle Studios. And thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, and I would say if you got something out of this, then share it, but you didn't.
Congratulations, Chris. What a beautiful studio this is going to be.
Thank you, Harry.
Oh, thank you. I do want to say, I'll give a shout out to the Low Key Wall listeners. Yes, we will get to those Gundam episodes, and don't forget next Friday, what is it, the October the 7th, we're doing the big show, trying to get everyone onto the StreamYard and doing a big show for the show that doesn't really have a name right now, so I'm just calling Walnuts Live.
I'm going to show up in person.
No,
I'm gonna. Listen, I don't appear via Zoom. I'm a boomer, and I only do in-person stuff, Harry. So I'm gonna come directly to you, tap you on the shoulder, do 5 minutes, and then drive away.
That's not going to happen.
I do it to Brian all the time. Brian is recording his show.
So true.
Brian is recording his show. I will open the door, I will grab something, and I will leave, and Brian just has to suffer through. He's interviewing some high-level third person European.
I have a CEO from it was El Monte Industries, which is the leading tungsten provider in the world, and I'm on the conversation with him, and Jeremiah just opens the door and he just takes a picture of me, waves, walks in.
I told you not to move here. Brian moved from Philadelphia after COVID to Newcastle.
Brian knows how it is.
10 out of 10 would do it again. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it came with forced friendship.
That's okay.
I don't even say hi to him. I'm on a mission. Sometimes I'll just stop to pee.
Tell him about going to the Elks Club with Jeremiah.
Oh, it was great. Jeremiah knew everybody. It felt like when I was at home with my dad when he was running for office, and like you'd sit down and so my dad had a rule where he had to sit with his back to the wall so he could see everybody that would walk in so he could wave and say hi. And that's exactly how it felt with Jeremiah, because anybody who walked in, he's like, oh, we should go play a joke on her. Oh, that's Zach's mom. Oh, that's, it's Susan. Oh, she's my great aunt's best friend. And like, everybody.
Jeremiah has ambition, but unlike anybody I've ever met, like you and I have ambition to like be important in the world. Jeremiah wants to be important in Newcastle, Indiana.
I want to be important with zero responsibility.
And
I want to know everybody, and I don't want to have to do anything. I just want to know who to call to get the problem.
And if you are locally
him.
famous, Jeremiah will be your best friend.
That's right. That's all you need. Anyway, thank you for letting us be a part of your work.
Yeah, we got to paint here. We got to get to work. We got to get this done because I got to leave in an hour. So let's do it. All right. Thanks, guys.
Hit subscribe.
This podcast was produced and edited by Chris Spangle and Leaders and Legends, LLC. If you're interested in starting a podcast or taking yours to the next level, please contact us at leadersandlegends.net.